All right. So hello everyone, and of course, welcome to the AMA with Pitsnap. Now, an absolutely awesome session awaits us on first glimpse. It definitely looks like something that I'd like to use myself once, of course, the platform is going to be up and running. So whether it be as a content creator to, let's say, perhaps post our, AMA sessions, to ultimately monetize the set content, or even as a viewer, no longer having to endure the hassle of the subscription methods that we all know today, but paying per content. So with that being said, for those of you that didn't have a chance to check it out yet, Pitsnap, it is the world's first innovative web-free multimedia platform with content payment powered by artificial technology. Now, there's going to be three separate aspects that we'll be focusing on today. Now, first and foremost, you're going to have utilities and benefits for, of course, content creators. So you, as a content creator, you having the option to set the price setting exactly how you'd like to. So customization, it is key, and I definitely like to see that. So they're also offering direct content monetization, so those earnings then being far greater than, let's say, the platforms that you're engaging with today. So, for instance, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, all of the mainstream ones as far as Web2 goes. Now, if we move on to the second aspect, you, as a viewer, you can get access to exclusive videos. You obviously have pay-per-content options as opposed to, once again, the subscription models, something that we briefly already discussed a little bit earlier. And then having quite a lot of added benefits as well. So, let's say participating in live performances, purchasing merchandise, you have NFTs, digital and physical products. So that is, of course, tied to the Pitsnap marketplace, where, of course, artists, content creators can list their products. So again, a lot of things to do. And mind you that this is not even 50% of the entire ecosystem, right? Once again, just a little bit of the basics before, of course, Anastasia takes it away with the in-depth dive into basically everything regarding Pitsnap. But yeah, we obviously have the third aspect as well, which is going to be token holder benefits. So a little bit of a rundown regarding this before we continue. You first have the gamification elements, right? So I did want to put an emphasis on the fact, as far as gamification goes, that this is not just strictly reserved for token holders. You obviously have it for content creators as well, but each of those groups have different, let's say, milestones, and of course, different benefits, rewards associated with it. So in this case, if we're talking about content creators, for those different ranks, you have set milestones that are going to be more so focused towards, let's say, you getting subscribers, the total amount of views that you're getting. And then if you're a viewer, it's going to be similar, but, kind of the opposite. So if you're a viewer, it's going to be like the amount of views, the amount of content that you basically watched, milestones regarding that. And then you reach the set rank and, of course, the benefits associated with it alongside the badge that you get here, just so you can display it on your profile. So again, huge fan of this. You also can make use of the referral system, you have token drops, the governance model, and so much more. So yeah, here's where we're going to end it just for the sake of simplicity. I did just want to drop the kind reminder for the pre-sale. So it is taking place on the 7th of April at midnight UTC. And if you're interested to contribute to the sale, as per usual, you can find the link to it on the AMA announcement. So as I did mention a little bit earlier before we started off with the recording, with it forward, it in our main chat once again, considering that it is currently the second pin message. And of course, some encouragement for y'all if you're going to have any additional questions, because, we usually can't cover them all. Do make sure to also join your Telegram. You, of course, can find the link to it on the AMA announcement as well. But yeah, enough of me rambling on and on. Anastasia, it is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for joining. And of course, thank you very much for bearing with me through a little bit of a longer introduction. So with that being said, if you don't mind, for us to get started here, just providing a little bit of background information about yourself, and then feel free to just tie it together to the idea behind Pitsnap, so how everything got started, all the utilities, what you want to accomplish, how the platform is going to work, basically everything that you want the listeners to know, and then we're going to proceed with some topics of discussion, and later on community questions as well. So the floor is all yours. It is a pleasure. Welcome.
Thank you. So my name is Anastasia in the English language. So I'm going to be the presenter of the Pitsnap project today. So first and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to introduce Pitsnap to your community. It's a pleasure to be among people who are passionate about decentralized technologies, creative solutions, and the digital economy. Well, we have a little time, so I'll keep things concise and informative as we present our concept, vision, and the problems we aim to solve. Before diving in, let me briefly introduce our team. We are developers, mathematicians from Germany, and entrepreneurs with a strong background in traditional businesses. Our mission is to redefine the entertainment and media industry. In a world where content is constantly overflowing, creators struggle to monetize their work, while users search for high quality and valuable content. That's why we are building a platform that fosters a seamless, transparent, and fair interaction between creators and their audiences. So let's look at the numbers. The entertainment and media market is valued at trillions of dollars and continues to grow annually. However, a key issue remains unresolved. Content creators receive only a small share of their revenues, while centralized platforms like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Spotify take the lion's share. Many creators are dissatisfied with current monetization models. For example, a YouTuber might gain 100,000 views, but only earn around $100, and that's on a good day. This forces them to rely on direct sponsorships and alternative monetization strategies. Seeing this unfair system, we decided to launch Pitsnap and change the game. Pitsnap is a Web3 AI-powered digital content platform where creators earn 100% of their revenues. We've introduced the pay-per-content model, allowing users to pay only for the content they want, without forced subscriptions and intrusive ads. Unlike YouTube, we aren't competing with ad-driven platforms. Instead, we cater for creators who truly value their content and want fair monetization. Philosophically, Pitsnap acts as a plugin that upgrades the digital content and monetization industry to version 2.0. Our platform is designed for content creators such as artists, comedians, celebrities, educators, streamers, sport broadcasters, and anyone who produce unique content and seek a fair revenue model. Our second key audience is fans and viewers who want direct access to premium content without middlemen. Here's a real example. A comedian performs a live show in some city. This video is nowhere to be found online except for a few low-quality clips filmed by attendees. With Pitsnap, the comedian can upload the full performance and set their own price, whether it's 10 cents or $50. The key selling point, this is a rare exclusive video that doesn't exist on TikTok or YouTube. Thanks to Pitsnap's pay-per-content model, users can now access premium content online while creators get fairly compensated. Pitsnap goes beyond just video content. It offers NFT integration and marketplace to monetize digital art and exclusive content, gamification, and engagement rewards to earn bonuses for interacting with the platform. Add view earnings mode, so users can watch ads to earn tokens and spend them on content. Our MVP is in the final stage, and soon users will be able to experience all these features firsthand. The Speeds token is the heart of the ecosystem, facilitating all transactions on the platform. Here is the growth model. More creators mean more fans. More fans mean higher demand for speeds. Higher demand for speeds implies a rise in token value. Our tokenomics is well-balanced, deflationary, and deeply optimized. The smart contract has successfully passed multiple audits and holds verified KYC and doxed statuses. We are currently at the pre-sale phase, preparing for public testing launch, integration with key partners, artists and comedians, token listing and community expansion, and of course, ecosystem growth and global market entry. Our goal is to make Pitsnap the #1 platform for independent content creators worldwide. So, to sum up, Pitsnap isn't just another platform. It's a movement for fair monetization, creative freedom, and transparent rewards. We truly appreciate everyone who supports us on this journey. Join our community, participate in events like airdrops and weekly content contests. So to be the part of this revolution. Exciting updates are coming soon, and stay tuned. So guys, thank you for your attention. And now I'm happy to answer your questions if you have some. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Anastasia, you said, I don't want to butcher your name because I said Anastasia a little bit earlier, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you very much for the awesome introduction, for the presentation here. I think you did a phenomenal job of just letting the community know basically about everything associated with the entire ecosystem here. So for us to get moving, I do have quite a lot of topics of discussion here, a little bit of an add-on to the things that you were saying here during your presentation before we once again ultimately open up the floor to some of the community questions as well. So let's do, as I did mention in the intro, we're going to be focusing on 3 separate aspects. So I'm probably going to do it like this. So content creator benefits first, then we're going to tie it together to some of the benefits for viewers, and then ultimately moving on to token holder benefits as well. So I'm going to provide you with a little bit of an example first, just so we can start a discussion here. So as far as content creator benefits go, I'm just going to start it off with, let's say, okay, I'm setting up my account once. Again, the platform is going to be up and running here. I assume that there's not going to be a whole lot of things that you need to do. So a very simple process to do so, maybe, I don't know, setting up an email, of course, the username alongside connecting your wallet. And once you do so, I assume you're all good to go. So I'm not going to focus on the process of setting up your accounts too much because, once again, I do assume it's hassle-free. But let's just talk about the fact once you're all good to go. And let's say, for instance, in my experience, as we're having, of course, AMAs here, as I did mention in the intro, let's say that I would like to upload my AMA as a video here, and of course, I'd like to monetize this content, right? So I set up my account, and then I am at the process to actually set the price per content here, so per view, if you will. And what I'm interested to know here is, considering you guys are all about transparency and, of course, just offering all of the useful information on how much the content creators will actually earn if they do decide to set a certain price, once again, per content here. And I'm just interested to know, once I'm setting up this price, if you have perhaps any maximum limits as far as the maximum price goes here. And maybe even as we're already talking about the maximum limit, if you guys have let's say a set minimum limit. So I don't know, as opposed to, because I assume there's going to be quite a lot of content creators just starting out that would like to perhaps offer their videos, their content for absolutely free. So I'm still wondering if you have a minimum amount that you still need to have here, or can you do, let's say, free content for viewers as well if you do decide to do so? Anastasia, if you're talking on mute, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And
Yes,
no
can
problem.
you hear me now?
No, we can hear you loud and clear. No issue.
Okay, the Pitsnap platform provides all users with inclusive and fair content, and for content creators, it's very crucial to monetize and to have control over their monetization and their control in general. But unlike traditional platforms such as YouTube and other traditional platforms, we see that a lot of them cannot provide all users, including content creators, with the same opportunity. So that's why the Pitsnap project is kind of unique here.
Okay, but yeah, I'm still kind of wondering if there's a maximum price that you can set as well as a minimum.
Well, it depends on the viewers of your content, of any work you're creating. So if you, for example, upload a video and you get 100,000 views, so you'll get $100,000. Of course, you will be have an opportunity to earn tokens, but then you will have an opportunity to exchange them for fiat money.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Now, just a little bit of an add-on to what we're currently discussing, as we're already talking about the price here. And I would only assume, because at the end of the day, even if it's not, let's say, an amount that perhaps, I don't know, for instance, once again, as we're already talking about the platforms a little bit earlier, let's say the mainstream current ones, as far as Web2 goes, maybe YouTube, Spotify, Twitch, all of the ones that are once again kind of popular to use as of now. We all know, and something we did discuss about, is that they take a huge share, so ultimately, if you're a content creator, you can even earn what you're, I don't know, let's say what is fair, at the end of the day. So what I'm just wondering here is any platform fees that, of course, Pitsnap takes, because I assume even if you do have a cut that you would take out of the revenue stream from content creators, that it's not going to be such an absurd amount, because once again, you're going with the fact that you would like content creators to get rewarded as much as they can be, to just be, encouraged to upload and of course use the Pitsnap platform, which I think is a perfect fit with everything that you're working here. But yeah, let's just talk about those platform fees. If, for instance, if it's a fixed percentage amount, or if that also differs regarding, I don't know, perhaps the amount of views that a specific content creator is having, maybe even the price that they are setting here, if that differs, or if we're talking about a fixed percentage cut here that once again you would take as part of the platform fees.
So I should turn to one of my colleagues during this meeting. Well, he's going to back me up, because some questions I'm not sure that I'm capable to give a full answer on these questions.
No problem at all. So as far as consulting with your colleague goes, do we just wait for the colleague to type it out for you, or do we unmute him? Do we know?
Well, I'm going to translate your question in the Russian language and then try to give it an answer in the English language.
Yeah, sure. That's no problem at all. Do you mind just telling me who I need to unmute, just so we can get this taken care of?
Yes, Eugen. So he's going to
okay, I
listen
see.
to
Perfect. He just raised his hand. Eugen, welcome.
Господин Eugen, вас вызывают.
Eugen, if you're speaking, you're also speaking on mute, just so you know.
Yeah. Now, hi everyone.
Анастасия,
да, будет маленький фи, он будет в принципе стоять, как один фи, больше его не будет. Есть будут возможности у креатора эти фи немножко в свою сторону улучшить егоным поведением на платформе. Если он себя очень хорошо ведет и хорошую комьюнити собирает, то он чуть-чуть побольше будет получать, чем остальные. Або будет маленький процент, не как у всех платформ сейчас.
То есть, если он хорошо... Ага, я поняла. Okay, thank you. So, well, any content creator on the Pitsnap platform has an opportunity to earn tokens, and it depends on their activity on the platform. So if they are active, if they are supportive, and if they are going to be involved in any kind of community, and if they are making comments and putting likes on video, and they have an active lifestyle within the platform, so they are going to earn much more money than other content creators and users in general. So it depends on their activity.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much to the both of you. And as we're already talking about earning, I think that it makes perfect sense for us to also tie it together to the, let's say, the process of what you can do. This is kind of, I did say that we're going to be focusing on the content creators' perspective first, but this is something that I guess we can also tie together to the viewers, right? So I'm obviously talking about supported currencies as far as, let's say, your revenue as a content creator goes, but at the same time, considering that you as a viewer, you're also paying for content here, I guess we can also talk about supported currencies for that. I assume that it's going to be the same for, both assets here, both groups of people anyway. So yeah, just wanted to ask this if there, for instance, let's say, because I know that your token, Pits token, is going to be one of the supported options. So just bring it to the question as far as paying for content and, of course, getting paid for your content. If Pits token is going to be the only supported option here, you're also planning on having, I don't know, let's say support for stable coins. And maybe even, I think it would be a perfect fit for you guys to also implement a fiat on-ramp for maybe if you decide to onboard Web2 users to Web3, because, again, I think it's a perfect fit here with all the options that you currently have as far as YouTube, TikTok goes, something we already talked about. So yeah, interested to know if there's any additional supported currencies for getting paid as well as paying for content, and maybe even if there's a fiat on-ramp associated with it as well.
Да, вопрос тут следующий. Не уверена, что правильно отвечу. в интернете общались со многими пользователями, и подходят ли токены, в принципе, как награда за просмотры и за публикацию видео на вашей платформе?
За награду и публикацию нет. Награды будут за активность, за поддержку креаторов, за поддержку платформы в виде обмена, ну, приглашая друзей, там, поддерживать аккаунты, всякое такое вот. В эту сторону будут поддержки, да.
Угу.
И игровые поддержки будут еще, мини-игры появятся там, за которые тоже награды получать можно будет.
Okay. So tokens are a kind of cryptocurrency within the platform, and rewards will be implemented into the platform as well. And different users, not only content creators, but active users and viewers, will get a lot of rewards for their activity, for their creativity, and for their interaction into different social games, such as mini games within the platform, and for their desire for spreading the Pitsnap platform among their friends on the internet. So they are going to get rewards within the platform for all such actions.
All right, thank you very much. Now, one of the things that I would say is, a little bit, I'm just going to call it a little bit of a sensitive topic here, right? So you're going to soon see where we're going with this. But yeah, at the end of the day, this can be tied together to, both your marketplace as well as content in general. But yeah, just to provide you with a little bit of an example. Once again, it's tied together to let's say the issues that we're kind of facing with, again, YouTube, specifically with YouTube Shorts, I'd say, and TikToks. But yeah, for instance, let's say first and foremost, if we are to focus this aspect on the marketplace, I'm talking about, let's say, for instance, if an unofficial source, right? Let's say specifically merchandise, maybe even some digital goods, if an account, let's say they decide to list the products that are not official from the said content creator, let's say that he did not approve this. So at the end of the day, it's not really, the way to go. As well as if we decide to tie this together to videos, because this is something that has been a huge issue on, once again, as I did mention, with YouTube Shorts, TikToks, all of the things basically. It's just people recycling content from, let's say, original creators and then just marketing it as their own, as opposed to just giving credits and whatnot. So yeah, a huge issue. And in this case, obviously I would assume that this is not something that you can 100% just, completely remove, but something you can do your very best to just try to minimize as best as possible. So in this case, obviously speaking, if we're talking about publishing videos, it's probably going to be every so often that if a credible source, so the original content creator, just publishes the video, or maybe just like a short, let's say a short video in this case, in that case, how would you approach things if another account, another creator, which is not a credible one, would just recycle the content to use it for, malicious activities so they could monetize it as well? So are you going to have any vetting process tied to this? Or are you going to have a separate team reserved for it so they could kind of scout for that? Just so, once again, you could minimize those activities as best as possible to not keep it, malicious, right?
The Pitsnap platform provides all users with exclusive and rare content that don't exist on other traditional platforms. But if you're concerned about uploading and copying the same videos and other necessary and valuable materials from the Pitsnap platform to other traditional platforms such as YouTube and TikTok, where there are a lot of short videos. So the Pitsnap platform is going to implement the kind of instrument, the mechanisms that protect all content, all videos of content creators from being stolen or copied to other traditional platforms. And it will be interacted through video streaming that not even prevents, but that makes the whole process of copying, of downloading any video much more difficult within the Pitsnap platform.
So, okay. Yeah, sorry for cutting you off. I just wanted to say that that's definitely, I like the fact that it's something that you guys also realize is, a huge issue as it is, and something that you took precaution, and of course having some instruments, some tools, of course, tied to it so you can minimize the risk as best as possible. So yeah, much appreciated. Thank you for the additional information regarding this as well. Now, one of the things, as I was doing my research here, just through scouting for the website and of course the white paper here, one of the things that ultimately caught my eye is the social media integration as well. So I'm going to be completely honest, as I was kind of doing my research, I didn't catch quite a lot of information on how this is going to be done, but I do like the fact that as we're talking about social media integration here, I could only imagine that this is going to be a far greater way that, of course, the audience can engage with perhaps their favorite content creators. And of course, it goes both ways, content creators engaging with their fans as well. So I think it's a perfect fit, because if once again, I don't know, for instance, if we're talking about, let's say, live streamers on Twitch, just to provide you with a little bit of an example here. If we're talking about live streamers that are, let's say, well-known, or people that just have, I don't know, it doesn't necessarily have to be all of the top ones, but if you have a huge amount of following, obviously all of the text, if you would like to just engage with your community, with your listeners, is just going to get buried through everything, and you can really answer it. So this, I can only assume, is going to make things hassle-free, and of course for the bonds to be, a little bit tighter, as opposed to, let's say, interacting on other platforms that we currently use, as I did have a chance to mention. So with that being said, I'm just kind of curious to know, with those social media integration plans, how this is going to look like, and how you're providing this experience to really make it an amazing one for both, once again, engagement with content creators as well as their fans.
Господин Ойген, спрашивают, как будут взаимодействованы другие социальные медиа, то есть социальные платформы, и как это вообще поможет развитию Pitsnap. В принципе, социальные сети, где те же контент-креаторы.
Они нам помогут тем, что мы будем в нашем виде рекламы концентрацию ложить на как раз креаторов, а ихняя комьюнити как раз находится в всех остальных социальных сетях. И если мы все правильно сделаем, то для креатора ему все понравится, то он должен будет через свои массы в своем же интересе, через свои социальные сети, свои массы привести на нашу платформу.
Поняла, спасибо большое. So why social media are going to be interacted into the Pitsnap platform? Just because they are going to be like a huge and a great, very noticeable advertising for the whole platform. Just because different content creators, influential, famous people, and streamers, bloggers, and writers, musicians, stand-up comedians, well, anyone who has a lot of social media and who is kind of active in the digital world is going to promote the Pitsnap platform through different social media. And if content creators will be satisfied with everything that is connected with the Pitsnap platform, so they are going to promote this platform through other tools and instruments on the internet. And as a result, we have much more fans of these content creators on our platform.
All right. Perfect. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And before we continue, I just wanted to before we move on to additional aspects, I'm not going to be focusing too much on the gamification element, because this is, something that I personally think you did a phenomenal job of just providing all the useful information in your white paper. So before we continue, I just want to say, if there's any participants here that are currently present on the session, if you guys are interested to know regarding the rank hierarchy that you can earn with those ranks, the badges, and of course benefits, I do strongly encourage you to check out their white paper here, because there's quite a lot of things tied to rewards, and of course you obviously have the set milestones. And if we are to focus on each of the ranks, as far as the ranks for content creators as well as the ranks for you as a viewer go, we could talk about this for probably 20 minutes. So yeah, this is not something we're going to be focusing on too much. So I did just want to say, if you didn't have a chance to check it out, I do strongly encourage you to just take a look at the white paper. I can also send over the link if you'd like. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about here is specifically for content creators, once again, before we continue, I know I'm kind of just jumping left to right, but if there's something that I kind of remember to ask, I just started off with that topic of discussion here. But yeah, I wanted to talk about regarding advertisement. So I'm not talking about you advertising your products, your platform, but more so for content creators that would be interested in perhaps, I don't know, let's say if they start publishing their content and later they would like to have a little bit of an extra boost, right? So for instance, because I don't exactly know how you guys are going to be approaching with this, perhaps it could be a trending bar. It could either be to appear, to have videos or content creators in general to appear on a spotlight. So I'm just curious to know with those content creators, if they would be interested in a sort of additional boost, additional exposure, if they can also choose to opt in into, let's say, paid services for, once again, for advertisement, if everything that you're doing with the platform is going to be more so focused towards, let's say, organic growth. And of course, algorithm tied to that, as opposed to just, if you pay, you can have promotion, if that makes sense.
Спрашивают, в принципе, как реклама будет полезна контент-креаторам вот именно нашей платформы. То есть как она будет вот именно задействована в одной конкретной нашей платформе, а не через социальные сети.
Социальные сети мы в этом случае не исключаем, потому что они в социальных сетях до сих пор связаны со своей комьюнити. Я больше понял, что он спрашивает, как на нашей платформе они могут себя прорекомендовать.
Да, вот именно как реклама без социальных сетей,
Да, это будет чисто происходить внутри через комьюнити. Мы до сих пор не собирались вводить туда ads как платная реклама, потому что здесь все смысл в веб-драйв, в разговоре именно с креатором и его фанатом. Цель всего этого, что это будет органический весь рост, без как раз вот этих всех приколов, которые сейчас на актуальных платформах.
Без, то есть не платная реклама, то есть только комьюнити, поняла.
Только комьюнити,
да. So advertising will be implemented into the platform through the community of the platform, and content creators and their fans and other users are paramount on the Pitsnap platform. So we are going to help them through supportive chats and other communities within our platform without advertisements that can be connected with other social media, even with their social media, and that can be expensive for some of content creators.
Perfect.
So we're going to do everything free. I mean, free for the whole community and for all content creators.
Perfect. Sorry for cutting you off there. Appreciate the extra feedback here. Yeah, much appreciated. So I'm just gonna proceed with two more topics of discussion, and then we're gonna open up the floor to some of the community questions as well. So you know the drill. If there's something you would like to ask, just make sure to raise your hand. But yeah, for us to continue here, I think that we pretty much covered everything that I personally wanted to know here. So of course, we're gonna focus on those community questions later on as well. But yeah, the only thing that I'm curious to know, because obviously speaking, and this is something that we briefly managed to already discuss, but it's the fact, as we're talking about current competitors in Web 2 anyway, we obviously have, once again, let's just do YouTube here, just to not name so many of them. But yeah, for instance, let's say YouTube, obviously a huge crowd as it is. And I'm just curious to know, considering that a lot of users that would, let's say, tend to use YouTube to watch their favorite creators or just some videos, maybe shorts. At the end of the day, it's something that they're already used to, So obviously speaking, you'd like to provide the most benefits that you can, and which in this case, I think you did a phenomenal job, because it's just, rewards on top of rewards. So definitely an encouraging factor here. But I'm also curious, once the platform is going to be up and running, if you have let's say a concrete plan that you would like to use in order for you to onboard those Web 2 users. For instance, if the YouTube is their go-to platform here, for you to onboard them to, of course, start using Web3, so ultimately your platform. So I'm just curious to know how you're planning to approach this. So are there any other extra incentives that you could once again, in order to encourage them for switching off the platform. And also, in addition to that, considering we are talking about Web3 after all, I'm wondering how you'd be approaching, let's say, the fact of educational resources, right? Because there's obviously, if you're on YouTube, it's a huge chunk of participants watching videos that might not be familiar with DeFi, how to set up the wallets and whatnot. So I'm just curious to know if you're also going to be providing some, let's say, educational resources or maybe a in-depth tutorial as you're setting up their account for you to, ultimately provide them with all the necessary information for them to get started and say, okay, this is easy. This could definitely be my go-to platform, right?
Yes, of course, we are going to implement different guides and tutorials for all users at the beginning stage of their, in other words, adaptation to our platform, just because the adaptation is one of the most complex phase for all both content creators and other individuals, including their fans. So, of course, we will be implemented into our platform. We will implement different instruments and tools, including educational videos and other guides to all users of our platform, and for content creators of how to monetize their content in the most profitable way, and for users, for example, of how to find valuable and interesting video for them. And of course, we will implement different instruments such as artificial intelligence recommendations in order to make the whole process of searching the videos and other materials on the platform much easier for active users, for viewers. And of course, we will implement kind of NFTs, for example, yes, and different valuable instruments for content creators that will give them an opportunity to purchase collection objects and other kinds of their content on the marketplaces within the platform. So just an additional tool of monetization of their content.
Perfect. Now, as simple as possible, which is definitely something that I would like to give you guys props for it. So, yeah. Looking forward to it, looking to the release of the platform as well. And as we're already talking about the release and, of course, the entire onboarding process here, it just got me thinking with any potential, I don't know, let's say, beta versions, or maybe if you're going to have something available for, just testing purposes before you release it to the public, because I would assume that's going to be the case. If, for instance, since, again, pre-sale is approaching and I could just tie it together to this, once again, just to kind of remind you, 7th of April, at midnight UTC. I'm just wondering, for instance, once the test version is going to be available for participants to, test it out for themselves, if you're also planning on, before you release it to the public, if you're planning on having a version for, let's say, perhaps pre-sale contributors to test it out before it gets released to the public. Just a little bit of an extra benefit, if you will.
Господин Лойгин спрашивают, будем ли мы что-то планировать именно бета-тестирование до пресейла для наших пользователей платформы. Что-то вот до пресейла именно о тестировании нашего приложения, нашей платформы.
Я не совсем понимаю, это в смысле у нас, например, airdropы, это в эту сторону?
Да,
airdropы у нас на странице уже стоят, пару дней назад стартовали их, и скоро будет там MVP, и в фазе MVP мы тоже будем давать сразу возможность, как только мы на рынок выйдем, возможность будем давать также на платформе прямо впрямую приглашать своих друзей и за это тоже реварды получать.
Спасибо. Before pre-sale, we're launching an airdrop right now, as well as in additional contests and activities. Users can own tokens just because they, again, help us promote our platform through their social media and other tools on the internet. And we are going to launch an open beta MVP for our community testers. And also we're working on a huge partnership with an agency that represents many famous celebrities. But of course, it will be in the future. But we're planning to do this.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Anastasia. And Eugen, thank you very much for all the additional information here. And yeah, as I did mention, let's continue with some community questions here. But before we do so, let me just forward the announcement once again, just so you guys have all of the relevant links in our main chat, because there's currently just a chance there. So just a quick second for me to do so. If you would like to either visit the website, of course, I did encourage you already, do make sure to join your Telegram here, and you have the pre-sale link there as well. So yeah, let's just continue with the party here. So you guys know how this goes. Chief, you're gonna be the first participant for the community questions. So you are gonna be on the hot seat. You know how this goes. Better make your questions count. Better make them great ones. And hopefully you have an awesome day so far. Hit us with the questions. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Rainlands. How are you doing?
Absolutely fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm okay. How are you doing, Anastasia?
I'm fine, thanks.
So my questions is just basically two questions. I'm going to go straight to the first one. So since this platform is creating content and every other thing that can create awareness. Now my question is, that there some of this most of this platform, they have this way of cutting back on some certain posts, like probably a post that has to do with violence and some certain pornography, obscene words, or certain videos like that. Their moderator usually have some certain ways of, deleting such posts or not allowing such posts to fly. Now, do you have plans on working on something like that so that people would not just post whatever? How do you plan to curb that, cut back on that kind of people creating such videos or content that could, be detrimental to the general public, despite the fact that this is a project?
Thank you for your question. Well, that's a very good question, by the way. So thank you again. Yeah, we have already taken serious measures to improve our resistance to censorship, and we are going to interact the blockchain technology into our platform. And in the future, we aim to develop further decentralization, from traditional platforms and centralized authorities and corporations. And of course, the most important thing that we are going to use artificial intelligence instruments to identify, to analyze in all content on our platform and identifying it. And if some of this kind of content is violating some rules within the platform, of course, we're going to block it and protect user data and other kinds of content from this violating things.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you very much. And my second question is just, if you notice on a platform like TikTok, when somebody is running a live stream, there are usually people who, give certain gifts like coins to, boost the person's account or something like that. Now, since this is on Web3 and it's going to be involving some, the use of tokens and all of it, is there something like that you're working on? Like if I'm running a live stream and people need to gift me, apart from the tokens, we need to gift the person who is running a live stream. Do you plan to, bring in something like that into the platform, whereby that could help a certain creator boost his account or something like that? If you understand what I'm trying to say, I don't know if you get it.
Yes, well, I understand the most part of your question, so thank you. Well, I'm trying to explain everything to you. On traditional platforms, well, again, such as TikTok, where of course there are a lot of bloggers and streamers, and they're running their own videos and their own content. But I mean, the traditional platforms take the lion's share of their profits, and so that's why they need to turn to additional kinds of monetization of their content. But on our platform, they have a great opportunity to earn tokens. Earn tokens, yes, on each view of their videos, of their content in general. So, and of course, their fans and people who like watching their work, their content, they will have an opportunity to support them on their own. But the whole platform is going to promote their creativity and their work on its own. So, they don't have to turn to additional kinds of monetization of their content, just because the whole platform will promote them, will help them promote their content. So that's it. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for your responses. Great work. Thank you, Rainland.
I hope, yes, I could ask your questions.
Yeah. You were pretty clear. Thank you very much
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief. And we're gonna keep it moving to Kanir. Hopefully you have an awesome day so far as well. Floor is all yours. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, and have a great day yourself as well. And hello, Anastasia. So I was wondering, the way I see it, the success of your platform comes from if some sort of mass adoption happens and a lot of subscribers, viewers choose to use your platform. Yes, you may offer better advantages in terms of price, but the traditional ones like YouTube, etc., at the moment have the advantage of offering a large variety of things from content creators. So I was wondering, as the start, because you will not have such large variety of the content creators, it will be very limited, I assume. And in order to compete with the traditional ones, it is why would the subscribers come to you if they cannot find the ones they want, or if you cannot offer enough alternatives? So I was wondering at the start, or even after the beta test, in order to attract the viewers, will you offer some sort of, free trials or free rewards without asking the content creators or viewers to pay per view, etc., in order to attract it? Otherwise, why would let's think of the point of view of the ones who are keen on the traditional ones choose you? Because even if you promise to offer bigger, let's say, rewards, if there are not enough subscribers, they cannot reach to the the large mass of people. So this is the main problem, I believe, in this start. So I was trying to understand how are you going to solve this problem in order to, have a successful launch of your project. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you for your question again. Our platform is suitable for anyone who is willing to monetize their content and who thinks that their content is kind of unique and valuable and profitable for them, first and foremost. And unlike traditional platforms, the Pitsnap platform is not going to impose its users and its content creators different forced subscriptions and donates. So again, this platform is going to be without additional kinds of monetization that are existing right now on different traditional platforms such as YouTube and TikTok and Twitch, where again a lot of viewers and a lot of fans have to support their content creators. In a profitable way, and the whole platform is going to do it well again on its own, just because all content creators are going to earn tokens for each viewer of their video or of their other kind of content. So if I could ask your question, because probably you were interested in this part.
Yes, I understand that, but additionally, I was wondering, let's say, for content creators, it is more advantageous to post their content where there are millions and millions of viewers. Even if you don't, create a very unique content within that range of viewers, still you can get a lot of interest. But at the start of your project, you will not have such number of viewers, so it is not going to be very advantageous for content creators to use your platform, because you don't have that sort of pool of people in your project. So even if you can offer, monetization privileges, do you think it will be enough for content creators to use your platform? Whereas in other ones, they already can reach to millions and millions of people. So without additional benefits that you can offer at the start, the way I see it, it's going to be very difficult to attract such viewers. That was my question, and thank you.
Yes. Well, we are going to use different social media, and so we have our own website. We have other instruments on the internet in the digital space, and as well as other platforms to promote our platform. Of course, at the beginning of our development, we have not so many content creators and its fans on our platform, just because it's not so popular, in a comparison with traditional platforms. But we are going to again interact different social media into our work in order to promote our platform and use different kinds of advertisement on traditional platforms to turn to our platform, just because it's it allows a lot of people earn tokens and earn money in general in the much more profitable way. So we are going to use advertisements on different social platforms. I mean, not only on our website and Telegram channel and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you, and good luck for that.
Thank you very much. Sorry for cutting off. Thank you very much for the questions. And we're going to keep on moving to two more. Last Kempachi, we're going to be next up on the floor. So hopefully you have an awesome day so far as well. And the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Dear Indians. Hi there, team. Anesthesia. Okay, first off, I'll just ask. I read on the Telegram of the chat that MVP was live. The minimal viable product was live some time back. How was the response, and when is the final product coming into fruition?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question, because the connection was not very good?
All right. I'm saying that I read on the Telegram of your project that the MVP was live some time back. The minimal viable product was live. How was the response from the users, and when can we expect a full platform?
Господин Ойгин, можете ответить, помочь на вопрос?
Я не совсем понял. Если я правильно понял, то ему показалось, что MVP уже был. MVP еще не было, у нас еще нету фидбэка. MVP
да,
будет
у нас
скоро.
На телеграм-канале сообщили, да, что будет вот MVP. Он уже был вот некоторое время назад, и он уже закрыт, ну, вот по мнению задающего вопрос. И...
Не, MVP еще не был. Мы готовим MVP, он скоро готовый будет. И через пару недель, месяцев мы его представим в комьюнити еще перед листингом.
А в комьюнити именно в Телеграме, да?
Да, в Телеграме, везде, где мы пресейли делаем, да.
Везде пресейли. Поняла, все сейчас. Yes, as far as I understood, you were talking about MVP, and we haven't already launched MVP. So we are going to launch a MVP next weeks or next month, and we are going to present it on our Telegram channel and on other spaces and platforms where we are, like where we are promoting our platform. So we haven't already launched MVP on our Telegram channel, so we are in the process of doing this.
Like somebody said that MVP was live, so I'm just assuming that it was true. Since MVP is going to be live, that is going to be coinciding with the first unlocking of the tokens. Assume that is when you're going to do it. And if that is so, when is the full platform coming up?
И, господин, когда появится вот полноценная платформа, вот именно Pitsnap с токенами, то есть она уже есть?
Она у нас сзади есть, а как мы сейчас только что сказали, через пару недель или в течение следующих месяцев будет MVP. Там как раз и будут все функции, которые нужны для начала, чтобы стартовать можно было и с креаторами, и с фанатами.
MVP consists of many instruments and features that could be very helpful for content creators and for the start of launching their content within the platform, of uploading everything with them. But it will be going within next month.
Can you also get a date or estimation on when the full platform will be live?
Can you repeat it?
Can I get an estimate for when the whole of the platform will be live? Like MVP will be live in a month, you said that. How about the whole platform? Like estimate after the launch of MVP, you take the feedbacks and do the thing, debug and everything that you need to. When will the whole platform will be live? If you can give an estimate, like a year or so, when can we expect the whole Pitsnap to be live for everyone to use?
Он
Финальная
будет,
платформа, да? Как я понял.
Да. И как вы оцениваете вообще работу всей платформы после запуска MVP? В принципе, когда оно запустится, вы получите отзывы, то есть все протестируете. Вот как вы вообще ее оцениваете? Вот эту платформу, она будет успешна? Вот я так понимаю, среди контент-креаторов и фанатов.
Ну, мы считаем, что она полностью будет успешной, и цель у нас после MVP ее не отключать, а в принципе после MVP брать и добавлять все функции, которые мы презентируем на странице, на roadmap. У нас на странице хорошо описаны все шаги, которые мы планируем, там и видно, какие уже готовы, и над какими мы сейчас работаем, и это будет дальше и дальше разрабатываться, и все в lifetime происходить.
Okay, thank you. So we're estimating our platform highly because after MVP, we're going to develop our instruments. We were talking about on our Telegram channel and our website, including our roadmap. So we're going to develop everything further and implement more and more things that would be very beneficial for both content creators and their users, I mean their fans.
So thank you for your time. Thank you, Cyberteam.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for the questions. And we're going to keep on moving to the last community question of today's session. So, Glover, you're going to be on the hot seat. Better make your questions count, better make them great ones, and hopefully you're having an awesome day so far. You are unmuted. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Brilliant. Yes, I am having a wonderful day. All right. Hi, Anna. I hope you guys are also having a wonderful day too. Sorry, can you get hi everyone? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go for the question.
All right. So I just wanted to make mention of something I saw while I was going through the web page. So I noticed that Pitsnap's integration of crypto payments and NFTs may actually attract some regulatory attractions, especially within the US, in Europe, and also in Asia. And
You cut off, Glover, so we can't hear you anymore. Hello, Glover. Is it my connection or is
based on the fact that this is actually
No, I
going to be a
don't hear
multimedia
you.
platform. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. My internet's kind of caught up. Okay, so I wanted to know if there's a possibility that you have been able to gain any what's the word? Based on the fact that this is a project that is based from Europe, and I just wanted to be sure that users who are going to be coming in, doing their KYC, their data is actually going to be on your platform. If you've been able to secure any regulatory bodies with GPA, for example, to avoid any situations that might come up in the future. For example, like what happened with TikTok, where the CEO was actually being subpoenaed and called into court and bringing up all those regulatory issues. So I just wanted to know if since the fact that individual user individual data actually going to be placed on your website and on your platform, if you've been able to secure any regulatory bodies, like for example with GPA, which is mainly for European countries and stuff like that. That is just basically my question.
We have already had verified KYC and doc statuses, so we have an open platform, and all transactions and all payments will go through the smart contracts, and transaction will be transparent and seamless, just because of the blockchain technology within our platform. So everything will be open, and everything will be going within the platform. So just in order to give like an opportunity for all content creators and their users to see how all their payments and transactions go through the platform. We have smart contracts and our transaction seamless. I'm not sure whether I understood your question in right.
Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see if I could break it down a little bit. So a few months back, I think there was an issue with the CEO of TikTok actually being subpoenaed and called into court, and the whole issue with the United States governments and the stuff like that, and it brought up a bit of an issue back a few months back. I can't really remember now. My question is based on the fact that Pitsnap is actually coming up like almost as the same social media with TikTok. I ain't saying it's the same. Do you have you been able to secure any any regulations or any certificates to certify you guys with any regulatory body to avoid this kind of situations coming up in the future, and then you begin to start fighting court cases upon court cases, fighting regulatory bodies, fighting governmental issues? For example, I learned that China had to have their own TikTok and stuff like that. If these kind of situations do come up in the future, what's your plan on facing them or on making sure that it doesn't come up? That's just the question.
Окей. Господин Ойген, спрашивают, у нас есть ли какие-то сертификаты, которые подтверждают, что мы работаем вот в каком-то конкретном регулирующем органе, то есть чтобы избежать прочих ситуаций, которые могут произойти с судом, с судебными разбирательствами вот проводили пример, как вот с ТикТоком, что могут просто привлечь к судебным разбирательствам из-за какого-то контента, либо просто из-за того, что вся платформа не имеет нужной лицензии на вот.
Мы абстраховались с этими, как их, unwired laws, по-английски law. Мы хорошую агентуру взяли, они для нас все проверили, и мы полностью наши terms сделали так, что мы мы защищены против этого. Мы, представляем платформу, а не то, что на платформе представляется, и каждый креатор отвечает за свое действие на платформе.
So, okay, yes, I understood your question now. Yes, we are protected by law, and we are present in the whole platform. So we are responsible for everything that is going within the platform and for each content maker. But each content maker is responsible for everything they're going to upload on the Pitsnap platform. But we have all certificates and laws, and we are protected. So we are satisfied, in other words.
All right. It's all right. Thank you very much for your kind answers. Thank you, Eugene. Thanks, Rayland.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for the questions, Glover. And with that being said, this is where we're going to be ending today's session. So I just wanted to say, Anastasia and Eugen, you both did a phenomenal job. Thank you very much for all of the useful information and, of course, for answering not only my questions, but as well as the community questions. So just wanted to say best of luck for the pre-sale. And I do hope that you have a great weekend ahead as well. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you very much for attending. And of course, to our awesome community, thank you very much for tuning in as well. We're going to catch you on the Sunday Hangout. Have an awesome weekend ahead. Cheers.
Cheers.
Goodbye.